Okay, for the shaping, we want to take our dough from this pre-shape and roll it up with some tension on it into an oblong loaf because we're using oval bannetons right now. If you don't have a banneton yet, you can just take a bowl, any size bowl, and like a mixing bowl, and just line it with plastic wrap and then put the flour on it like that. Okay, so I'm going to shape this. I'm going to show you how to do it. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of rice flour, and then I'm going to use my bench scraper once again, and I'm going to kind of get underneath and make sure I can just gather this up without it sticking. Okay, so the motion is going to be the same. It's going to be pull this up and over like a letter, and then pull this up and over. I'm still being very gentle, like a letter. And you kind of seal it like that, just pinch it. Then I'm going to turn it this way. I'm putting down a little bit more rice flour at both ends. I'm going to use that, pick it up, drag it through that rice flour. Okay, now this is the final shape. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit more rice flour, and I'm going to do it towards you so you can see. Sometimes I do it towards myself, but I'm going to do it for you. So you're going to take this dough and pull it back, and you're going to start rolling it tightly, but not too tightly, and kind of gathering the sides in, kind of like if you're making a burrito. Okay, see that? So now what I have is a very tight, rolled up loaf. And then I'm going to tuck the ends up like this. Tuck the ends up over here. Then I'm going to take some more rice flour and kind of sprinkle it all around. And then I'm going to put it seam side up. I want to make sure that I really get a lot of rice flour onto that bottom. I'm going to put it seam side up gently into the basket. Okay, that's what it looks like. Let's do this again. So now I have a lot of rice flour over here. Oops, sorry guys. So you can kind of scrape it over. So I can kind of go over there with it. So again, I want to do my letter. So I'm going to go one side. Try to tuck it in if you want. I'm going to do the other side. Just gently, sorry about that guys, jeez. Gently stretch it up like that. Then I'm going to lift this up and put it in my rice flour. Put a little bit more down. And then I'm going to roll it into a jelly roll, kind of wrapping the sides in like a burrito. Not too tight because you don't want to rip your bread dough, but you want to see how I'm kind of bringing that in, and then you want to pinch that closed, and then you want to tuck your edges in. I'm just doing it under right now. Then you can pick up your dough and make sure you have a lot of rice flour. I'm just like collecting what's on here. And I'm going to put it into my basket. Then what I like to do is get whatever's on the counter and use it to sprinkle in between all the edges, all around the edges. So I lift the dough up and I sprinkle all around just to make sure that it's not going to stick. So I'm going in with my rice flour. I'm going around the edges, just gently pulling the edges in. And I'm going to wipe my hands off. Okay, so now this bread is going to sit out on the counter uncovered as it is This is what it looks like for 20 more minutes. Okay? 20 minutes.